Wow, it's a beautiful, good evening, dear viewers, and I'm excited to host this program this evening. Most welcome from all the ends of the earth, even beyond Kenya. If you're there and you're watching Occupy today, it is exciting to have you in show tonight. Yeah, the week has been amazing. It has been great. We have seen rains, of course, with a few hiccups here, there, some people being flooded and all. But we want to trust God that He has kept you well under the shadow of His wings. And we pray that these rains, even as they continue, they will not cause more havoc and that you will be sheltered from the adverse effects of the same. So most welcome. I'm really hopeful that you're with us this evening just to watch the show, to engage with us with your questions and your comments. You can be sure we have something great, something amazing in show tonight. So most welcome to Occupy Today on Hope TV. And my name is Kajuju Gisharo. I am a growth coach in the areas of personal development, entrepreneurship, and innovation, as well as leadership development. So I'm excited this evening to have you in show tonight, watching and interacting with us. So most welcome, dear viewers. You can be sure we have something fantastic, something amazing in store for you tonight, where we are asking this question: are the young people aligned? Are they the ones that would run with agriculture? Remember, the last couple of weeks we've been talking about the agri-business value chain, and we're asking ourselves, are the young people the right people to run with this? So in store, I have a young lady, beautiful young lady. Yellow is a fantastic color. Huh? Wanjiro. So most welcome. I have Wanjiro. She joins us as a farmer, someone who has weathered the storms of a young person. Of course, I think in Kenya, young people, they have their struggles in establishing themselves in agriculture. But I can tell you, this girl is doing amazing things out there. And I just want to invite every young person or the parents of young people to loop them in, listen in, and just hear how Wanjiro has been able to come this far. Yet, we need so much food, but many people do not want to go into agriculture. So how is it that she's been able to excel? So most welcome, dear Wanjiro. And thank you for finding time to be here.
Yeah.
Karibu sana in studio tonight on Occupy Today. We want to hear your experiences in terms of what it has been for you as a young person in agriculture, and tell us whether is it possible, can it be done? Are there things that you have been you have had to do away with, notions and beliefs, and and so karibu sana. I want to invite you to introduce yourself. Most welcome. Karibu.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm glad to be on the show today. My name is Wanjiru Mathu. I am a born-again Christian.
Amen.
And I'm a farmer. That is what I usually call myself.
Yeah.
Nowadays. Now that I have been able to venture into the agribusiness and weathered the storms.
Yes.
I can gladly describe myself as a farmer.
Yeah.
But first of all, I am a daughter. I am a sister.
Yes.
A friend.
Yes.
And a youth worker as well.
Lovely.
And yes, I'm very happy to be having this discussion today.
Great.
Yes.
Lovely. Karibu. I love the way you say I'm a daughter. I am a sister. I am a friend. I'm a youth worker.
Yeah.
Actually, do you know you're very well placed to influence young people, not only in agriculture, but even towards just taking up their positions, their God-given positions, and especially in your youth work, Wanjiru.
Yeah.
So I think you're the right person for this topic, telling us whether it can be done, whether really the young people can do agriculture. And of course, as I listen to you, I hear there is a past you had. I don't know whether it's beliefs or it's work that was holding you back or something. But I love the fact that you say today you describe yourself as a farmer.
Yeah.
What did you describe yourself previously as, Would you want to share this with us?
Yes.
Maybe you can even share with us your journey, where you've been education-wise, and let us hear how has it been for you to get here where you're saying very proudly. You should see your face. You're all smiles as you say, I am a farmer.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
Mainly, my background is in HR and admin. That is what I went to school to do.
Yes.
I actually loved it.
Yes.
I actually love dealing with people.
Yeah.
So my background is in human resource, and that is what I was working in until COVID came.
Yes.
Yes.
What happened at COVID?
So when
I want to hear these nitty-gritties because I can tell you you're encouraging someone, and I'm hoping that dear viewers, a young person somewhere who is thinking that you are there. And you know, we can get into a comfort zone.
Yeah.
Wanjiro is here to share her story and tell you that agriculture can be done,
Yeah.
how she did it, and how she's been able to weather the storm. So bring it on. Just, you know, speak wholly about where you've been and what you've done.
Yeah, so I worked in HR for a few years, and so 2020 came, and we all know that businesses were closing down and institutions were closing down, and the institution I was working for had to close down, and so the contract I was having at that point had to end, and so I went back home to my parents, and for me that was a moment of crisis, a moment of confusion, a moment of what next.
Yeah.
The same way everybody felt that the world was almost coming to an end, I had those same feelings of desperation and not knowing what tomorrow would hold. And so at that point, we began a very small garden at home. And I remember with that small garden, I remember I looked to my dad at that time and I said, what if this garden will be a very big farm where we'll be looking at it and you cannot see the end?
Yeah.
For me at that point, those were just words, but sometimes our words do come into reality.
They do.
But for me, that was just a vision at that particular point in time, because from that small garden, we were being able to sell to people the vegetables that we were getting from the farm. And I actually thought, what if somebody can be able to do this commercially? What if somebody can be able to do this in an expansive way and be able to bring food to the market as you grow yourself? And for me, agriculture or farming as per se was an opportunity in crisis.
Wow.
Never done agriculture before, never been interested, but during COVID, something just sparked.
Came to life.
Yeah, something came to life. Maybe it was there, just inside, waiting for something to happen, but that is what I came into.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm seeing already, even as you speak about COVID and the opportunity to do agriculture, is that people would not go to the market at that time.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether you were doing deliveries or how you were doing it. Were people coming to your farm to buy, or how was it being done?
I was just selling to the neighbors at that particular point in time. So there are people who knew, or if I'll meet a friend, I'll be like, I have vegetables at home. So that is how it started.
Wow.
And when we got an opportunity to know that there is an opportunity to farm in other places and lease land, we were able to gather a few funds together, and we began that.
So now I hear you have left the small little garden that you had at home.
Yes.
And you're seeing the bigger things out of your vision.
Yeah.
Would you want to tell me how that was birthed, where you even got the idea to go out and scout for land?
Yeah.
Why where you farm is where you settled and it worked for you? You know, all these things. Because I can tell you, Wanjiro, there's someone seated somewhere and they cannot see any opportunity. But with your story, I'm sure a young person somewhere will be able to unlock the opportunities there are. Yeah, because like when I'm doing training for young people, I tell them, what is your SWOT? What are your strengths? What are the opportunities? And of course, they can ride on them, not to mention the challenges that they're going through, which can make for amazing opportunities. So for you, it was COVID, you're in the house, you're doing nothing, but you're seeing this little kitchen garden that will birth a bigger thing. So how was that? Just tell us what the journey looked like now thereafter.
Yes. Now, when we actually thought of farming in commercial, in the commercial space, the funds were not enough, because getting into farming commercially, there's a lot that is needed.
Yes.
But then again, even if the funds were not there, when you have a vision, there's somebody out there who has the money and who is willing to invest. So for us, per se, that there was somebody, a family member, who had the money, but didn't know what to do with it. Actually had an idea of farming, but the time was not there, but they had the funds. So the most important thing we had or I personally had was a vision.
Yes.
I know what I want to do.
Yes.
I might not have the funds.
Yes.
I have researched on how to do it.
Yes.
But if you give me the funds, I can be able to go and expand on that.
Is in that reach. I love your story, Wanjiru. And what I love about what you have just said is that oftentimes I think people say, in fact, if you go to a session with young people and ask them, why can't you run a business? They will say, what? I don't have the money.
Yes.
But I'm loving it that you have the vision.
Yeah.
You already have figured out what it is that you wanted to do.
Yeah.
And there is somebody somewhere
Yeah.
who may not even have the vision as you have it,
Yeah.
but yours is very, very well
Yeah.
articulated. And for them, they're just waiting to be called on to bring in the resources.
Yes.
Amazing, amazing. So how did you then move forward with the finances, and where did you go to? Where are you farming? What are you farming? You know?
Yes.
And all that.
So when we were able to sit down with the investor that we had at that particular point in time,
Yes.
the vision was so well articulated that the person was able to buy it
Yes.
and be like, I want to invest in this.
Wow.
The way you're explaining it means I can be able to get profit as well and be able to benefit from it.
Yes.
And I can actually see that you're passionate about it.
Yes.
So this means you'll not give up. You will not waste the money that I
Yes.
invest in this.
Yes.
And as I said in the beginning, we had our own funds as well.
Yes.
There was we had input in it.
Yes.
So even if we will get the bigger investment as well,
Yes.
we will not even waste it. So after we got the investment, now it was time to do research,
Yes.
time to find places where people farm.
Yes.
Without a background in farming, we really needed to have connections and find ways. So where do people farm? Do a lot of research in
Yes.
Kenya.
Yeah.
So this is what we want to farm. Where best can we be able to find land to do this?
Yes.
So I really sat down myself
Yes.
together with other family members as well, and
Yes.
we really sat down and did a lot of research.
Yes.
So we want to do, our first project was a red onion project.
Yes.
So this is what we want to do. This is a parcel of land we want to do it on.
Yeah.
This is the amount of seed we need,
Yes.
and this is how they grow. So we ventured and went all the way to Kajiado South,
Yes.
a place known as Kemana,
Yes.
near Oloitoktok, near the Tarakea border.
Oh.
So
okay.
we went down there and we now started doing research, getting familiar with the people around,
Yes.
getting familiar with the farmers around there, and being able to know. And first of all, before we started farming, we really needed to familiarize ourselves.
Yes.
So we went almost like seeking mentorship from the other farmers who have done it before.
yes.
So for a period of like 1 month, that
Yeah.
is what we did.
Yeah.
So seeking mentorship from the other farmers.
Yeah.
So how can we best get land?
Yeah.
And we were able to do that, got the parcel of land, got to know what we needed to invest in.
Yes.
Because the point was we didn't want to waste much.
Yes.
So we needed to take our time and know exactly how to best place our resources to avoid
Wow.
wastage.
Look at that.
Yes, so
Yeah.
we did that, and after we had that, we were able to start our first project, the red onions, which actually did well.
Wow.
And after that, after the red onions, we did garlic. And we have been able to do tomatoes. We have been able to do melons.
Wow.
That we sell in the farm, and I also sometimes bring at Marikiti, the farmers market.
Yes.
So it has been a journey. We also do beans. We also do French beans. So from the first project where I said we did red onions, we have been able to diversify.
From there.
Yes.
Wow. I can only imagine, and it's amazing just to hear your journey, Wanjiru,
Yes.
that you're setting out in a world that you've never been before.
Yeah.
But you had to sacrifice a lot for that span of 1 month to gather as much information as possible
Yeah.
and to be told and to be guided. You call it mentorship.
Yes.
And isn't it amazing? I wonder whether there are people you encountered who are not willing to cooperate with you and share the information.
Definitely.
They're there.
There are people who look at you and ask, why do you want to farm?
Yeah.
Can you really, are you sure?
Wewe kasichana kadogo.
Wewe haukai kulima.
You know?
Wewe haukai kulima, pesa
Yeah.
yako itapotelea tu huku.
Yeah.
Hiyo pesa msilete huku. Watu wengi wamepoteza pesa sana huku.
Yeah.
Watu wanakujanga wa kutoka Nairobi, they bring the money here,
Yes.
and it is lost. So there was a lot of discouragement even from fellow farmers.
I can imagine.
I don't know if it was a fear of competition or I
Or
never
a
really,
genuine,
or a genuine concern.
yeah.
But there was really a lot of discouragement.
Yeah.
Leave alone from there, even friends, telling friends that I actually want to venture into farming.
Yeah.
It was not taken up easily.
Yeah.
People were like, are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure?
You know how to work with people. How are you
Yes.
coming now to work with crop?
Yes.
You know?
Yes, and
yeah.
there was a lot of discouragement from friends.
Yeah.
Nobody would really understand
Uh-huh.
what this new passion I have gotten,
Yes.
where it has actually come from.
But let me ask, did you fuel it? Did you fuel that passion?
I did.
You did?
Yes.
Oh, lovely. Tell me about it. How did you have to fuel it?
I really,
You know, because why
yeah.
I'm asking this is because oftentimes
Yeah.
people get into something or they want to do something and they won't even take time to fuel the deeper desire.
Yes.
I know I want to do this,
Yeah.
but I will not take the time to push myself towards that direction.
Yes.
So what did you have to do to fuel that passion?
I really had to seek information and really read vastly on people who have been successful in agribusiness.
Yes.
I was really passionate in even watching shows on
Yes.
YouTube and seeing how people are excelling in
Yes.
agribusiness.
Yes.
I was also really fascinated in going to farms and seeing somebody with 100 acres
Yeah.
worth, and I was like, really, there was this excitement in me, so much
Yes.
excitement
Yeah.
that I was like, I want to do this in future.
Wow.
I might not even be there yet now,
Yes.
but there's a vision. Having the vision and knowing that this is a roadmap, this is where I want to be,
Yes.
and this is the place I need to get to. That was what was fueling me.
Wow.
Because I was not just seeing the now.
Yes.
For me, it's about the future
Yeah.
and what we can be able to do even in years to come
Yeah.
in the space of agribusiness.
Wow, amazing. And I don't know whether young people watching the show tonight, you can see how Wanjiru was able to fuel her passion, how she was able to build it and really dedicate time and effort and resources to making it happen for herself. So what is holding you back? I don't know what is holding you back, but I'm sure it's not all smooth. It's not all rosy and sunny. There are challenges that you have been able to surmount while at it, Wanjiru.
Yeah.
Would you want to share with us some of the issues, some of the challenges, some of the problems you have encountered along the way, but you've been able to overcome?
Yes. The first challenge that we actually encounter, that you'll actually encounter in farming, is the starting, even before we get to the other parts.
Yeah.
It's not easy to venture into agriculture
Yeah.
and hack it on the first try. There are a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
A lot of resilience is needed.
Yes.
And a lot of persistence as well. And the second challenge will be the challenge of even the funding.
Yes.
Let me use that, the money.
Yeah.
Because there will be a challenge of maybe you want to farm
Yeah.
and you have not even gotten the guidance. So without guidance, you're really doing a trial and error.
I see.
And that can be very detrimental at the end because you don't know actually what you're doing. You're just trying it out.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you don't have money to waste.
Yes.
And agriculture is very tricky because
Yes.
most of the foods that you're producing are perishable.
Uh-huh.
So if you have not aligned yourself with agribusiness as a whole, the marketplace
Yes.
and everything,
Yes.
there is a lot of confusion as well
I hear you.
for somebody who's trying to venture as a first timer.
Yeah.
So if you're not careful, you can really make losses. People really do make a lot of get losses,
Yes.
and they tend to give up after
Yeah.
the losses.
Yeah.
But that can be a challenge as well. But the main point will be there needs to be a lot of resilience. And another challenge would also be getting to understand that agriculture is very versatile.
Yes.
And it is not just a one way.
Yeah.
It is not a straight path.
Yes.
That it is versatile in ways that you really need to equip yourself and know that these are brokers. There are brokers in the market.
Yeah.
There's fake fertilizer.
Yes.
There are conmen in the market as
my,
well. There are people
yeah.
who are out there,
Yeah.
like hawks, waiting
Yeah.
for somebody who's clueless
Yes.
and waiting to come and just take your money and run with it.
Wow. So what I hear you say, Wanjiru, this is very well articulated. And what I hear you say is that you have to be a very, very present person when you're doing farming.
Yes.
Because figuring it out takes a while.
Yeah.
It takes dedicated effort. But then again, there will come a time when things will not work out the way you envisioned. So you have to stand up, dust yourself, and keep moving. But also the fact that agriculture has very many moving parts. And you cannot do without understanding and aligning to every one of these moving parts.
Yes.
So it takes a mind that is able to comprehend all the areas.
Yeah.
And of course, as we have been looking at the value chain, there's so much.
Yeah.
There's market linkages to think
Yes.
about. There is the farm hands to think about
Yeah.
in terms of staffing.
Yeah.
There is fertilizers, like you have mentioned, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And so being able in a position to comprehend this, and yet they are so diverse, is a requirement on a young person that wants to venture into agriculture.
Yes.
So that said then, what are the other things that you've been able to do as a person to be able to weather the storms and to be able to keep moving even when things don't seem like they're moving? And on that note, I wonder whether there's so many rains right now have affected your venture.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. So the thing that I've been able to do in order to weather the storms
Yes.
is to always have a passion for farming.
Yes.
So if you're passionate about something,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how it goes in one season.
Yes.
The next season, you definitely know it will be better.
Yeah.
And if you're passionate about farming as well,
Yes.
the challenges that you get,
Yeah.
you count them as building blocks
Aha.
for your next planting season.
Yes.
There are lessons for the next planting season.
Yeah.
They also act as lessons
Mhm.
so that you avoid a lot of mistakes for the next planting season.
Yeah.
So that is one thing that I've been able to do,
Yeah.
using whatever challenges I get
Yeah.
as lessons for the next season,
Yes.
and also allowing myself to be teachable,
Yeah.
and learning all the ins and outs of
Yes.
agriculture.
Yeah.
Getting mentorship as well from other experienced farmers.
Yes.
Not just thinking that I can do it on my own, but that I need other farmers who have done it before,
Yeah.
or people who have gone way before,
Yes.
people who have gone ahead,
Yeah.
people who have educated themselves
Yes.
with knowledge from other places that I can be able to apply to make my farming journey better.
Lovely.
Yes.
Wow.
And prayer as
Wow.
well.
Prayer. I love
Yes.
it. I love it, Wanjiru.
Yes.
Of course, God at the center of it all.
Yes.
But I hear a lot of kujituma, personal initiative, and
Yes.
just moving even when things are not moving, you're still moving.
Yes.
And looking for the support that is needed.
Yes.
And not giving up when you
Yes.
fail one time.
Yes.
I love the fact that you say that for you, the stumbling blocks have been turned into stepping stones
Yes.
for the next season.
Yes.
You know, there's someone I keep telling, when you fail, it's not failure, it's only feedback, number one. But secondly, when you fail, you're paying school fees to learn. And I
Yes.
love it that you figure it out,
Yes.
that it is school fees that you're paying for the next season.
Yes.
Yeah, so keep moving.
Yes.
I'm really happy to hear what you're doing. And I'm just hoping that one young person, or even the old, I mean, we are never too old to begin these things.
Yeah.
There is something that you're picking from this, because Wanjiru has done it, is excelling and is doing well. She has crops that she has been able to plant. And I'm sure you've made money as well at it, right?
Definitely.
You have.
Yes.
You didn't tell us that.
There's money in
There's money.
agriculture.
Oh, there is.
Yes.
How many millions, or how does that, what does that look like?
It actually depends with what you're planting.
Yes.
There are crops with bigger profit margins,
Yes.
of course.
Yeah.
Like the onions.
Yeah.
But then they have longer planting, harvesting periods.
Okay.
And there are crops with smaller profit margins,
Yes.
but they're shorter harvesting seasons.
Okay.
So it's up to you. You can take advantage of both.
Yes.
The shorter harvesting periods and the longer harvesting periods.
Yes.
That's why you have to be versatile. But then again, the larger profit margins, there's more investment,
I
of course.
see.
If you want to make more money,
Yeah.
then you input more investment.
Wow.
Yes.
I hear you. Yeah, and those are business tactics that we just need to have. That
Yes.
you put in more, you get more.
Yes.
You get you.
Yes, and more patience as
Yeah,
well.
lots of patience.
Yes.
So let me ask, what is that one or two highlights that for you, you cannot compare the world where you're coming from and where you are at? You say, if I would do my life again, this is exactly what I would do. What are those highlights?
The highlight, especially being an entrepreneur,
Yes.
is the freedom. the freedom to actually experiment,
Yes.
and also be able to venture into different things,
Yes.
all at the same time.
Uh-huh.
Aside from career, which is something we have discussed before,
Yes.
that career is almost like a one straight path,
Uh-huh.
that this is what you do,
Yes.
which almost becomes a cycle.
Okay.
But then again, when it comes to entrepreneurship,
Yes.
you can be able to do this today, try this. If it doesn't work, until you find that niche.
I love it.
Until you find something that you're passionate about.
Yes.
Until it works out.
Yeah.
So there is that.
Yeah.
And also the part where it challenges you,
Yeah.
and it is fulfilling as well.
I see.
The fulfillment that comes with being an entrepreneur.
Yes.
It doesn't matter the challenges. At the end of the day, the challenges develop you as a person, as a whole. But the fulfillment that comes with it
Is,
is more than
unsurmountable.
anything, because it helps you. You almost it's you fulfilling your purpose on earth.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. And now with particular focus on agriculture, not any other business.
Yes.
What's in it for you? What is it? I mean, why is it driving you to keep doing more? Because when I met you, I mean, I could tell your passion is
Yeah.
just oozing out. You are into what you're doing and
Yes.
you want more of it. You're even pulling me. Come, let's do it. You know?
Yes.
So what is this? What is this? What is this that is in agriculture?
I remember the first day I met you and we were discussing how fulfilling it is
Yes.
to plant a seed
Yes.
and see the end result.
I know. I know.
Seeing that process,
Yes.
something turning from a seed to a seedling
Yes.
to a crop,
Yes.
and now you're harvesting and you're eating the fruit.
Amazing.
The fulfillment that comes with it
Yes.
cannot be compared by to anything
Wow.
else. That journey,
Yes.
it's so fulfilling.
Yeah.
It's something I would love to do.
Yeah.
It's something I would like to expand in.
Yes.
I remember even with discussing what next.
Yes.
A roadmap, because agriculture is diverse.
Yes.
So from the farm,
Yeah.
you going to the market, or
Yes.
even not if you're not going to the market, you're going into other. The diversity that is in agribusiness.
Yes.
It is not just the planting and the harvesting.
Yeah.
It is so diverse.
Yes.
And so looking into that is what drives me, that it can be so diverse,
Yeah.
that you also help a lot of people along the way. It comes, you can feed somebody that is so far from you
Yeah.
without even knowing, but the work you do at the farm
Yeah.
goes so far beyond who you are as a person.
Wow, the impact is great, isn't it?
Yes.
So, Wanjiru, imagine time moved. And can you imagine we're coming to the end of the show now?
Yeah.
Time has moved so fast.
Yeah.
And what I would like you to do, because you're a young person experiencing agriculture and doing it with excellence, with, Mazi, I mean, you're so passionate. Your
Yes.
passion just, can be seen. What would you tell a young person who has not figured it out, and probably they even have land that they have not utilized?
Yes.
What is it that you can speak into the life of a young person
Yes.
in terms of agribusiness? Yes.
The question I will ask them is, what is in your hands? What do you have in your hands?
Yes.
If you have a small portion,
Yes.
start there. Build up a passion for agriculture.
Yeah.
Agriculture is enjoyable.
Yes.
It is profitable.
Yes.
It is fulfilling. It is, for the longest time, somebody will view a farmer as somebody who's illiterate,
Yes.
or even unlearned.
Yes.
But agriculture is a venture we can get into as young people who are
Yes.
even educated,
Yes.
and still be able to bring an impact into the world,
Yes.
and also get profit out of it.
Wow.
And make money as well.
Wow. And you can be sure I'll underline what you have said. You said that it is profitable, it is enjoyable, and it is fulfilling.
Definitely.
My. Hasn't this been amazing?
It has.
Just to hear your story, to hear that you're moving and you're doing great things. I know you told me you're making a few millions, but I will not tell it to anybody else. But yeah, a young person just needs to know that there is money in it, it's profitable,
Yes.
it's very fulfilling. I love it that you're saying that you're creating impact,
Yes.
even beyond what you're doing, because when this crop, like now you told me you have yellow beans coming.
Yes.
Those yellow beans might go to Malindi, to
Yes.
Meru, to Masaba, and other places.
Yeah.
And you can be sure that you're creating impact thus. So may the good Lord bless you, Wanjiru.
Yes,
May
sir.
He go before you. And I'm hoping that a young person somewhere, or someone who's been not able to figure out what to do, Wanjiru's story is a testimony that all you need to do, you don't need to figure it all out at once. The passion, fuel the passion, build on it. And remember, you are not self-sufficient. You need the help of a relative, you need the help of a bank, you need the help of a mentor to be able to get your product out there. So with that, we come to the end of the show. And I'm so grateful that you guys were able to find time to be in the show tonight. Looking forward to seeing you Sunday next week, same time, same place. And for now, it is Kwaheri from us. Thank you very much.
In order to keep hope alive in the airwaves, Hope Media has a couple of initiatives. Friends of Hope. Friends of Hope is you and I forming a team of well-wishers and volunteers who give in cash and kind to support in spreading the gospel at Hope Media. Currently, Hope Media is running a campaign under Friends of Hope dubbed 100 for 1. Through the campaign, Hope Media is asking Hope FM and Hope TV listeners and viewers to give just 100 shillings in order to reach one more soul with the message of hope and the gospel. Engage with us on our social media platforms at Hope FM Live and at Hope TV Kenya. Kuwa rafiki mso leo.